Guys, so I just wanted to make a quick video. I basically was like crying my eyes out. And I wanted to make a video about what happened. So basically, I had a dream that there was like a father figure in my dream, and in the dream, I was like really afraid of that person leaving, right? And that's kind of been why like it's been so hard in the past to want to date again. And so when God told me to start dating, like it really freaked me out. Because I had this fear of like getting attached to someone and then them just not communicating with me anymore. Um, so last year the Lord basically led me to start dating again, and it was really hard to like I would feel attached to someone and be like, "Oh, I want to keep them. I want to keep them in my life." But what God was showing me was like I couldn't, because like if there's no future, there's just really no point in like staying friends, or like some of them you can stay friends with, but a lot of them is just like because they only see potential for relationship, they don't see potential for friendship. So when I woke up, I felt led to call someone. He's like an older gentleman, right? And I called him and told him about how I felt, and he was like, something really tragic happened. He told me his fiance died in a car crash, and I just started crying because I could feel that pain. I could feel that, and I realized like nothing is promised to us. Like, even if you get married and you find the one, like, you don't know what's gonna happen. And obviously, like, you can't have such a fear of death or a fear of loss that, like, you don't even want to get close to anyone. Your fear of abandonment, or you have a fear of, failure, that, like, you don't love, because life is about love. Like, I had an ex best friend that I was really close to, and we were best friends for a year. And because of our differences, I had told her, like, the guy you're with, he's not the one. She thought that I was judging her. I wasn't. Maybe I didn't seem sympathetic or empathetic, but I just wanted what was best for her. And we stopped talking, and we recently reconnected, but like I don't think her boyfriend likes me at all. So I realized like there are some things like you can reminisce about and be like, okay, we had this great friendship, but like, God brings people into your life for a season, and it's not always forever. And that's okay. And you have to learn to open up your heart and say, I'm going to choose to love and receive love, but I'm also going to be open-handed and say, God, if that person isn't meant to be in my life anymore, um I'm okay with that, right? So, and it hurts. So basically, I cried about it, and then I called like a guy friend that he was trying to be my friend. But when I told him about the fact that I have this father wound, and that when I get close to someone, I want to keep them because I want to keep them as a father almost, right? Or like a male figure. And I realized like I have to release them, and that's like really hard to do. He wanted to quote me a Bible verse, and I was like, that's not what I need right now. I just like want to talk it out. I just want to express myself. And I realized like that's what the religious spirit does. It makes you think with your head and not your heart. And it was just like, this is not how you fix someone's emotions. Like, they just want to talk it out, especially women. We just need to vent. We just need to cry. Like, that's why we're saying what we're saying. Like, it's not about fixing us. It's about like, and so he also said like, well, other people have it way worse. And I'm like, okay, seriously, like, you have no idea how it feels to like, it's like you get close to someone and suddenly they disappear again, like, I remember going to Taiwan, and like my dad disappeared for a few days and I had no idea where he was. And I'm like, okay, I'm here in Taiwan trying to reconnect with my dad, and like he's not emotionally and physically available. So I leave Taiwan without even seeing my dad at that point. And then so then when I get back to America, he stops talking to me again. So basically I didn't talk to my dad for another 2 years. And I continued to try to contact him. hi, thanks for watching, hi. And so it's just like, you kind of open up your heart, and then that person's again unavailable, and it's like you kind of get your hopes up, and then you're disappointed and all this stuff. And yeah, it's normal to be disappointed when like you built this relationship with your parents, with your dad or mom, and all of a sudden they just drop out of your life, right? And so like for me, I've learned like in the past, like when that happens, I kind of shut down and I don't want to communicate with people. I don't want to tell them how I feel. So it's like it builds up in my heart, you know, and it becomes depression if I don't deal with it. So what God has shown me is like even if my dad stops communicating with me, I have to keep communicating with people about how I feel. And like it's like you have to persevere because when you're communicating with people, you are allowing love in. You are allowing emotions to come out as well. It's a two-way thing. So I see a lot of people, they get depressed because they're alone a lot, right? They are isolated, and the number one problem and the root comes from their parents not connecting with them, right? So they don't have that connection with their parents, and so they stop communicating and wanting to even have friendships and relationships. And so this cycle of isolation creates depression in the heart because you're not speaking up and out about how you feel, and those emotions kind of well up in your heart, right? So that's kind of like all the things that I've been going through. It's really freaking intense. And I was just telling my friend about how, and I'll show you the vision board. So okay, so I have this vision board, and this was like 2020, right? So in 2020, I only had one picture of a wedding dress, and her back was turned, right? And this year, I'm still working on it. There's a wedding dress, and there's like a couple. They're getting married, and there's like wedding venue and a wedding placement, and there's like food, a lot of food. And well, I'm not done with the vision board, but like it says romance, right? And like I was just thinking how like growing up, I was like so afraid of marriage, and I'm just like, is that even for me? Like I feel like it's only for normal people. Like I felt like my family life was so messed up, and I felt shut down emotionally. It's like when you can't be emotionally available for your partner, like that's really scary. Because you could be crying and that person like they're not even there. They act like they don't care, but it's because they're shut down. So like emotional availability is really important in relationships, because you can feel emotionally alone. So just by my vision board, you can just see like the improvement I've made in terms of you know being emotionally open and available for marriage and relationships. And part of this whole dating process, hi Brent, part of this dating process has been to help me like open up my heart and not be afraid of like failure or rejection or the fear of loss or the fear of abandonment. I'm not a dude. Okay. So yeah, just I want to say that, especially honestly, especially for women or males that didn't grow up with like a father and mother, like in order to open up your heart, it's not gonna just take like, okay, this Prince Charming fell on my lap, and like that's gonna be my husband, and that's gonna be my wife. Like I'm just gonna be emotionally available. Like, no, you actually need practice. You actually need training. You actually need like emotional healing. And how God does that is through going on dates and like talking and conversing with, you know, like if you have issues with your father, like talking with a male. If you have issues with a woman, talking with a woman. and not necessarily with the end goal of like, okay, well, this is going to go into a relationship, but just like having conversation and like being emotionally open and conversationally open and having your heart and emotions be aligned in that manner. So, um, yeah, that's kind of been my process. It's been really hard. But I really encourage you to put yourself out there and like allow yourself to have conversations, right? Like if you're interested in men, like talk to men. Like if you're interested in women, talk to women. But like it's not just about the end goal of like, oh, this has to be a relationship, because I realized this last year I've gone on a lot of dates and part of it was like, hey, how are you? Hey, Ano and Danny, Manny. Part of it is just like learning how to open up my heart and like not just shut down, and like learning to like finish conversation, like finish a thought with someone even when I'm angry, or like learning how to like express sadness or anger with that person. And so that's been my process. I'm gonna wave. Hi. Hey, Wills. And so anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm gonna repost this video and I hope that it helps you. Basically it's about healing the father wound, learning how to be emotionally open with people and not shutting down, like, because we have so many emotions within us that you really need to express it verbally, because when you don't, like, those emotions stay within you. And sometimes I've had conversations with people, when I talk about it, that's when it actually comes out, the emotions, the tears. um and I realized, like, by being emotionally open with people, I'm also teaching them that it's okay to have emotions. It's okay to like express yourself. So, anyways, thanks for watching. God bless you. Make sure to subscribe to my blog, rebekkalien.com, and my YouTube channel, The Beck Show, as well as the Spotify, The Beck Show BX. And if you like to donate to the ministry, you could do so on my website. It's rebekkalien. God bless you. Bye. Thanks for watching. Hi, Omar. Bye. Hee. That's, I mean, a lot. Bye. Thank you.